For decades, Nancy Guthrie, 84, lived the quiet life of a devoted mother and grandmother in Tucson, Arizona. But her sudden disappearance has revealed a secret world hidden beneath her seemingly ordinary existence. While neighbors and friends praised her resilience, generosity, and devotion to family, a mysterious package arriving days after her vanishing triggered a chain of discoveries that upended everything known about her life. Behind the warm, smiling exterior was a woman who had carefully maintained a double identity for over 30 years, balancing duty and freedom in ways no one could have imagined. Life in Tucson, the pillar of strength. Nancy became a widow at 47 after her husband Charles died of a heart attack, leaving her to raise 3 teenagers alone. She worked part-time as a bookkeeper, volunteered at her church, and nurtured her children, Savannah, Annie, and Cam, instilling humor, faith, and determination. Locals remember her as unwavering, graceful, and selfless, always putting family first. Her home in the Catalina foothills was a haven of stability amid the desert's harsh beauty. Nancy's life in Tucson was exemplary, but small fissures beneath the surface hinted at hidden complexities. Her charm and steadiness masked a private struggle few could perceive. The first clue, an unexpected package. The first hint of Nancy's secret came not from an argument or confession, but a simple, unmarked envelope arriving on February 8th. Inside were documents and letters revealing Elena Ramirez, a silent partner in small investments dating back to 1995. These funds, routed through bookkeeping side jobs, had been carefully concealed from the family. Victor, Nancy's longtime companion, tearfully handed over decades of love letters hidden behind artwork, painting a picture of a passionate, secret life. The correspondence hinted at Nancy's desire for freedom and connection, yet her devotion to her family kept her from revealing this other identity. The letters, a window into a hidden life. The letters spanned decades, showing Nancy's dual existence. In 2005, she wrote about her daughter, Savannah's rise in Washington, D.C., while also describing weekends spent as Eleanor, her alias in New Mexico. Her writing reflected a yearning for autonomy and creativity, a part of herself unshared with family. Through these letters, it became clear that Nancy had carefully structured a life that allowed her to maintain both identities. Her Tucson persona was grounded, responsible, and maternal, while Elena embraced art, romance, and freedom. The contrast revealed a woman who, despite appearances, was living a quiet rebellion against the confines of widowhood. The alias, Elena Ramirez. By the early 2000s, Nancy had established a full alternate identity as Elena Ramirez, complete with a New Mexico driver's license, post office box, and a small studio for her art. Her desert landscapes sold under pseudonyms, and she was known locally as Victor's muse, graceful, witty, and slightly elusive. Neighbors in Santa Fe remembered her elegance and quiet charm, completely unaware she was the mother of a rising television star. Balancing 2 lives required meticulous planning. Tucson Nancy attended church and family events, while Santa Fe Elena explored art and romance freely, creating a duality that few could imagine. Balancing 2 worlds, Nancy's double life was masterfully orchestrated. Tucson Nancy baked for birthdays, called Savannah weekly, and attended church potlucks, offering stability and advice. Santa Fe Elena reveled in art and social freedom, attending gallery openings and dancing to mariachi music. With Victor recalled, that the strain eventually showed in subtle ways, including arguments and growing anxiety. Despite this, Nancy's devotion to her children remained steadfast. She feared revealing her secret would destabilize the family. For decades, she walked a fine line between transparency and protection, creating a world that allowed her to be both mother and individual, yet isolated her in the process. The pandemic strain, the COVID-19 pandemic, intensified Nancy's internal conflict. Lockdowns kept her confined in Tucson, cutting off her freedom in Santa Fe. She confided to Victor via encrypted messages hidden in her walker compartment, expressing fear, frustration, and guilt. When travel resumed post-pandemic, her trips became shorter. During a visit in January 2026, Victor noticed her distracted and uneasy, mentioning she felt watched in Tucson. Strange hang-up calls and a tailing incident raised alarms. While Victor initially dismissed her anxiety as medication-induced paranoia, investigators now believe her fears were legitimate. The pandemic's restrictions exposed the vulnerability in Nancy's carefully managed double existence. Financial clues, evidence of irregularities. Investigators discovered small withdrawals from Nancy's Tucson account, corresponding to deposits in Santa Fe, reinforcing the existence of her second life. A suspicious $5,000 transfer to an unknown Mexican account in December 2025 triggered further scrutiny. Victor claimed no knowledge, but FBI agents considered blackmail a potential motive. Someone may have uncovered her secret, possibly a rival gallery owner or observant neighbor. Missing items from her locked box, including letters and photos, suggest a targeted search for evidence of her alternate identity. Financial patterns revealed that her life as Elena Ramirez was not just emotional, but tangible, with real-world consequences. Emotional toll on the family. The revelation of Nancy's secret shattered the Guthrie family. On February 9th, Victor's statement detailing the decades-long hidden life brought Savannah to tears for the first time. Family members struggled with shock, betrayal, and a newfound understanding of her behavior. Savannah later confided that Nancy's secrecy explained both her strength and emotional distance. Annie and Cam grappled with discovering an entire facet of their mother they had never known. The dual life, while empowering for Nancy, had profound ripple effects on those who loved her, forcing a reassessment of trust, perception, and the boundaries of personal freedom within a family. Public reaction and speculation. News of Nancy's double life sparked public fascination. Fans speculated online about the secret lover, possible blackmail, and rivalries in Santa Fe. Discussions highlighted both admiration and outrage at the complexity of her life. Victor's gallery became a gathering point for admirers and journalists alike, with locals sharing stories of Elena's kindness and community involvement. Amid speculation, the family requested privacy, emphasizing the priority of Nancy's safe return. The public intrigue underscored the tension between fascination with her secret and the deep emotional impact on those closest to her. Investigation focus. Tracking leads. Investigators are pursuing multiple leads to uncover the truth behind Nancy's disappearance. They are tracing the Mexican wire transfer, interviewing Santa Fe contacts, and canvassing Tucson neighbors for sightings. A mystery man seen near Nancy's home weeks before her vanishing has raised further questions. Authorities are exploring whether this was a targeted attack, blackmail, or escape attempt. Every piece of evidence, financial, photographic, and testimonial, is scrutinized to reconstruct the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. The case now pivots on uncovering who knew, what was taken, and the ultimate motive for targeting a woman who lived two distinct, parallel lives. Legacy of a hidden life. Nancy Guthrie's story is one of contrasts: stability versus freedom, motherhood versus individuality, secrecy versus love. For 30 years, she juggled the duties of Tucson life with the liberation of Santa Fe's art scene. The cost was high, manifesting as anxiety, health strains, and emotional distance from her family. Yet her courage, creativity, and determination endured. Her disappearance now casts her double life into sharp relief, revealing both the pressures of conformity and the human desire for self-expression. Nancy's legacy is complex, inspiring, and painfully human, leaving a family and community grappling with admiration and heartbreak. Conclusion: unraveling the mystery. The investigation into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance continues, weaving together love, secrecy, and intrigue. Her dual identity as Elena Ramirez exposed hidden passions, financial maneuvers, and a life lived quietly but fully. As authorities trace leads, the family seeks closure and understanding, balancing grief with appreciation for Nancy's multifaceted life. The story highlights the cost of hidden truths and the resilience required to sustain them. Whether driven by blackmail, rivalry, or a personal escape, Nancy's vanishing underscores the complexity of human choices and the enduring impact of secrets kept in the name of love, freedom, and self-discovery.